Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Arna Koriyo Mane Asha Arna Koriyo Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Ye prasare pure sarva asha Ye prasare pure sarva asha Sakarana dilo ye janne janne pabu se Sakarana dilo ye janne janne pabu se Viviga niri pokasito Viviga niri pokasito Prema bhakti ahoite avidya vinasayate Prema bhakti ahoite avidya vinasayate Vedaya hara charito Vedaya hara charito Prema bhakti ahoite avidya vinasayate Prema bhakti ahoite avidya vinasayate Vedaya hara charito Vedaya hara charito Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Arama Janara Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Arama Janara Bandhu Lokena Lokera Jivana Lokena Lokera Jivana Aha Prabhu Koya Roya De Homare Kare Jaya Aha Prabhu Koya Roya De Homare Kare Jaya Hare Krishna Puvana Hare Krishna Puvana Shiva Prabhupada Satita Bhavana Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Whoa! Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prastaya Bhutare, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyavari Paspatari Satarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jaya Shri Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jaya Shri Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hello. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram Madhusudan. Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram Madhusudan. Hare Hare, Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram Madhusudan. Hare Hare, Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram Madhusudan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Radha, Shama Sundara, Shama Sundara, Jaya Radha, Shama Sundara, Shama Sundara, Haribo, 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 Nitya Haribo. Oh! Haribo, 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 Nitya Haribo. Nitya Haribo, 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 Nitya Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Acharya Stotarstu Shri Shimaresi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jaya Vishnupada Paramananda Parivrajika Acharya Stotarstu Shri Shrimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Nama Acharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Nuramanveti Dham Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Nitai Go Premanande Hari Hari Ba Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Agre Sri Asamal Devotee, Agre Sri Asamal Devotee, All grace to the assembled devotees. All grace to Sri Sri Guru Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. Okay, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto. The chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is recommended even for persons who commit offenses, because if they continue chanting, they will gradually chant offenselessly. By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra without offenses, one increases his love for Krishna. As stated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prema Pumarto Mahan. One's main concern should be to increase one's attachment to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and to increase one's love for him. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also quotes this verse from the Padma Purana. Nama paradha yuktanam namanyeva harantyagam avishranti prayuktani tanyevarta karanicha. Even if in the beginning one chants the Hare Krishna mantra with offenses, one will become free from such offenses by chanting again and again. One becomes free from all sinful reactions if one chants day and night, following the recommendation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. If the members of the Krishna consciousness movement strictly follow this recommendation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, their position will always be secure. So today we are going to chant the Hare Krishna mantra with or without offenses. And many, many people will come here today who have never been to a temple, who would never probably ever go to a temple unless there was the opportunity to throw colors on each other. So we're very happy to open the gates for lots of people to come. We've been promoting the event, rain or shine. If it rains, we'll have a nice wet Holi, and if it doesn't rain, we'll have a nice dry powder Holi. But either way, it's going to be nice. So if you signed up for service, kindly show up to do your service. We appreciate it because we're counting on you. I want to mention beautiful decorations today. Already Radhe Shyam are playing Holi, so please come out and engage with us. The beautiful flower basket that you see are actually cookies. They're not even real flowers. They're made by Gandharvika Prabhu. And they're very beautiful. So thank you to the pujaris today. They did a beautiful job. These are the devotees who assisted their spiritual master dressing the deities today. Shishi Radha Sham Sundar Mantrini Prabhu, Chota Radha Sham Sundar Leela Prabhu, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Raghunath Prabhu, Chota Krishna Balaram Madhuri Gopi Prabhu, Shri Shri Gaurnitai Sharala Prabhu, Chota Gaurnitai Shri Vrindavan Prabhu, Gurus and Lord Nishingadev, Rasa Rasika Prabhu, and Pundarik Vijayanidhi Prabhu is giving the class today.
I got it. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Banachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jasodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Jayam Vishnupad Paramax Parirajapacharya Satar Satashi Srimad Savankas Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sakala Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Sundar Radha Kundi Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru Marathon, give me my glasses. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya or Om Namo Bhagavate? What? Even Chaitanya Charanamrita? Om Namo Bhagavate? Huh? Om Namo Bhagavate. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila Chapter 9, text 51. I'm waiting for my glasses. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Guru Bhaktivinoda. Speak in the microphone. Okay. Hare Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila Chapter 9, entitled Lord Chaitanya's Travel to the Holy Places. Text 51. Thank you. I have to be able to read here. 51? I thought 54. I thought 54 to 62, I was told. Okay, so... Oh, there was a... Well, did you do this verse already or not? About the untouchable food? You already did the untouchable food. 54 through 61, no? Through 61. Huh? I think so, yeah. Well, the 53 is, having made their plot, the Buddhists brought a plate of untouchable food before Lord Chaitanya and called it Mahaprasad. That's 53. tell me what to do. I don't want to skip something. I don't want to skip something, though. What? Actually, yes. Yes. Okay. All right. So we're going to do 54 to 61. Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So text 54. Hena Kale Mahakaya Eka Pakshyayala Tante Karyana Saha Tayali Laya Gela. You're not chanting? No. When the contaminated food was offered to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a very large bird appeared on the spot, picked up the plate in its beak, and flew away. You can chant together. Bodha Ganera Upare Ana Pare. Oh, sorry. Well, text 55. Text 55. Bodha Ganera Upare Ana Pare Ame Jahaya. Bodha Charya Ramataya Tali Padila Bhajiya. Indeed, the untouchable food fell upon the Buddhist, and the large bird dropped the plate on the head of the chief Buddhist teacher. When it fell on his head, it made a big sound. 56. Terache Padila Tali Matakati Murchita Haya Acharya Bhumita Parile. The plate was made of metal, and when its edge hit the head of the teacher, it cut him, and the teacher immediately fell to the ground unconscious. Karakari Pande Sabashishagan Sabayasi Prabhupade Laila Saran. When the teacher fell unconscious, his Buddhist disciples cried aloud and ran to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for shelter. 58. Tumita Ishvara Sakshat Kama Aparad Jiyamara Guru Karaha Prasad. They all prayed to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, addressing him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, and saying, Sir, please excuse our offense. Please have mercy upon us and bring our spiritual master back to life. Krishna Hare, Guru Karane Kaha Krishna Nam Uchakari. The Lord then replied to the Buddhist disciples, You should all chant the names of Krishna and Hare very loudly near the ear of your spiritual master. 61. Tamasabha Guru Tabe Paiba Chaitan Sababodha Mili Kare Krishna Sankirtana. By this method, your spiritual master will regain his consciousness. Following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's advice, all the Buddhist disciples began to chant the holy name of Krishna congregationally. So, responsively, I guess. Guru Karni Kahe Sabe Krishna Rama Hari. Guru Karni Kahe Sabe Krishna Rama Hari. Chaitanya Paya Acharya Bale Hari Hari. Chaitanya Paya Acharya Bale Hari Hari. Guru Karne Kahe Sabe Krishna Rama Hari. Chaitanya Paya Acharya Bale Hari Hari. Guru Karne Kahe Sabe Krishna Rama Hari. Chaitanya Paya Acharya Bale Hari Hari. Guru Karne Kahe Sabe Krishna Rama Hari. Chaitanya Paya Acharya Bale Hari Hari. Karne Kahe Sabe Krishna Rama Hari Chaitanya Paya Chaitanya Bale Hari. Hey, ladies. Guru Karne Kahe Sabe Krishna Rama Hari Chaitanya Paya Chaitanya Bale Hari Hari. Guru Karne Kahe Sabe Krishna Rama Hari Chaitanya Paya Acharya Bale Hari Hari. Guru Karne. Into the ear of the spiritual master. Kahe. They said. Sabe. All together. Krishna Rama Hari. The holy names of the Lord, Krishna, Ram, and Hari. Chaitanya, consciousness. Paya, getting. Acharya, the teacher. Bale, chanted. Hari Hari, the name of Lord Hari. Translation, purport by His Divine Krishna Prabhupada. When all the disciples chanted the holy names, Krishna, Ram, and Hari, the Buddhist teacher regained consciousness and immediately began to chant the holy name of Lord Hari. Purport. Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments that all the Buddhist disciples were actually initiated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to chant the holy name of Krishna. And when they chanted, they actually became different persons. At that time, they were not Buddhists or atheists, but Vaishnavas. Consequently, they immediately accepted Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order. Their original Krishna consciousness was revived, and they were immediately able to chant Hare Krishna and begin worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu. It is the spiritual master who delivers the disciple from the clutches of Maya by initiating him into the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. In this way, a sleeping human being can revive his consciousness by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In other words, the spiritual master awakens the sleeping living entity to his original consciousness so that he can worship Lord Vishnu. This is the purpose of Diksha, or initiation. Initiation means receiving the pure knowledge of spiritual consciousness. One point to note in this regard is that the spiritual master of the Buddhists did not initiate his disciples. Rather, his disciples were initiated by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they in turn were able to initiate their so-called spiritual master. This is the parampara system. The so-called spiritual master of the Buddhists was actually in the position of a disciple, and after his disciples were initiated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they acted as his spiritual masters. This was possible only because the disciples of the Buddhist Acharya received the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Unless one is favored by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the disciplic succession, one cannot act as a spiritual master. We should take the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the spiritual master of the whole universe, to understand how one becomes a spiritual master and a disciple. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharni Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishitarni Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. When all the disciples chanted holy names, Krishna, Ram, and Hare, the Buddhist teacher regained consciousness and immediately began to chant the holy name of Lord Hare. So this is the effect of initiation into chanting the holy name of the Lord. This is a statement that in the second canto that one's heart is steel framed if it doesn't change. If the heart doesn't change when ecstasy takes place by chanting the holy names. So that heart becomes steel-framed by engaging in offenses and unnecessary austerities like that. Tapo divyam putrakayena satram, that one should engage in austerities, but not for the purpose of anything other than reviving our Krishna consciousness. I was thinking that how these Buddhists, they're called shunyavadis. They want to make everything void. So I was thinking we have in our Krishna consciousness movement, we are also have some kind of shunyavad. We have, as followers of Rupa Goswami, we have anyabhilashita shunya. We also want to make everything void, these extraneous desires, anyabhilashita. Anya means other things, and abhilash means the desire for anything other than anukuyena krishnanushilanam. This is the purpose of Krishna consciousness movement, to engage pure devotional service with no other desires. That should be shunya. Another verses there, evidence in that regard that about being shunyavadis. As that Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, he also prayed in his Shikshashtakam. What is that? Shunyayitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahename. That yes, that we want to see the whole world as void without Krishna. So in that way, actually, John Madhya said, everything comes from this material world. Srila Prabhupada said that this spiritual world is exactly like the material world. He said there's streets, there's trees, there's houses, everything is there, but there's no inebriety. Everything is transcendental in existence. Sat Chidanandamaya. So here, Lord Chaitanya is initiating the disciples, Buddhist disciples, into the chanting of the holy names. This is also interesting that he had some kind of pastime like this when he took sannyas, that he, when he was taking sannyas, he asked Keshava Bharati that I had some dream last night that some great personality was giving me some mantra, and he whispered this mantra into the ear of Keshava Bharati, and then he took that mantra back from Keshava Bharati, like that. This was because later on, when one sannyasi was visiting the house of Advaitacharya, he asked this Advaitacharya that, can you tell me what is the relationship between Keshava Bharati and Lord and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And Advaitacharya, he was thinking, well, how I can explain this, that in one sense, Keshava Bharati accepted the role of the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
But of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord. He doesn't have any spiritual master. But anyway, he was thinking in this way, whether he should do from the worldly point of view or the spiritual point of view. He said, but he answered that, okay, you know that Keshava Bharati, he's the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Achyutananda, he was that time just 5 years old, came running into the room. He said, what is this? What is this? You've said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the source of everything. He has a spiritual master? How is this possible? He said, this is only because it's only possible if you are completely under the influence of Maya, if you could say such a thing. He talked to his father, Advaita Acharya, in this way like that. So then there was another incident that how the one takes this role of guru and disciple seems to be reversed. I think that was the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one time asked Mukunda about him and the relationship between him and his son Raghunandan. He asked that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Mukunda, he said, so are you the father and he's the son, or is he the father and you're the son? And Mukunda, he said, no, he's actually my father and I'm his son, because we've been inspired in Krishna consciousness by him. That story was, some stories are there about Raghunandan, how he worshipped the deity with such love that the deity actually ate the offering that he gave to him. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted this version of Mukunda. He said very succinctly, very nice statement. He says, yes, he said, Jaha hoite Krishna Bhakti se Guru hoy. Very simple statement that he says, yes, one who is giving Krishna consciousness, he is Guru. Very simple. All the because here we're talking in the purport, they're talking about purpose of Diksha or initiation to help the living entity revive his Krishna consciousness, his original consciousness, so that he can worship Lord Krishna. Of course, the potency of the holy name of the Lord has that. Of course, there's some. There was a very nice article I was reading in preparation that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wrote an article in the Harmonist magazine about initiation. And he explains that, he starts off as saying that initiation is not, the effects of initiation are not the same for everyone. That one who is, follows very strictly the orders of the spiritual master, he can get the benefit from that initiation, but one who doesn't follow properly, he cannot get that same benefit. He mentioned that if someone goes to a doctor, he's very careful that he follows the doctor's instructions. The doctor gives, okay, take one pill in the morning, one pill in the afternoon, one pill at night, and do this and don't do that. And one follows very strictly to get cured from his disease. But somehow or other, the living entities, so many living entities, so many of us, myself, that we're given so many instructions by the spiritual master, but we don't take them very seriously. But that is not the system of spiritual life. One has to follow very strictly the orders of the spiritual master. Of course, the spiritual master has to be a bona fide spiritual master, and coming, of course, in the chain of disciplic succession. Sampradaya vihinasyet mantrate nishpala. That here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, of course, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original spiritual master of all living entities. By his potency, even when he went to this Jarikhanda forest, he got even the animals to chant. And Haridas Thakur later on said that even the plants and trees were having their kirtan by repeating the Maha Mantra by the effects of, by the potency of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That song is there also, very nice song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that Narad Muni Bhajaya Vina, that he says that Nama Prabhave, what is that? That somehow by the influence of the holy name of the Lord, by the influence of the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, the whole universe became ecstatic. So this is the potency that is there in chanting of the holy name, but one has to be qualified. There's very nice purport, very, very nice verse that Queen Kunti's prayers, that what is that? Janmaishwarya Shrita Shribir Edamana Madapuman. That generally in the material world, people are after these things. Janma, there's a good birth and a very aristocratic family. Janmaishwarya means the opulence. One works very hard in the material world to accumulate money and so many comforts that one can buy with that money, so-called comforts. Actually not comforts, but Janmaishwarya Shruta, education, everybody, we have a big university here in Gainesville and very well known. So many thousands of students are there. Shruta Shribir and attracted. Beauty, there's so many, I think one of the biggest industries is the beauty industry. They have so many, and then of course, anyway, the whole thing is going on. So people in the material world, these things, four things are they're life and soul. Janmaishwarya Shruta Shribi. But this is called, just like intoxication, edamana madapuman. These things intoxicate one, and one becomes attracted and attached to these things. Then naivarhap jabitatum voy. Then one can't feelingly address the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has no, what is that? Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave one statement that he says that, I don't know exactly what context, but he says that Namakshar Bahirai Nam Nahi Hoy, that the syllables of the holy name are coming out from one's lip, but there's not the holy name. So this is the effect of material consciousness. And even more extreme than such a statement, Sanatana Goswami quotes the verse, Avaishnava Mukord Girnim Putam Harikatamritam Shravana Naiva Kartavyam Sarpo Chishtam Yatapaya. That if one hears this holy name, or Hari, what is that? Harikatamritam, that one hears the nectar of the holy name of Hari, narrations about the holy name of Hari, from a non-Vaishnava, a Vaishnava Mukordini. He says it's just sarpo chistam yatapaya. It's just like the milk touched by the lips of a serpent. It becomes poisonous. So there's a great difference in the potency of chanting the holy name of the Lord, whether it's heard from the lips of the pure devotee, as Srila Prabhupada said, then it has immediately effect. On the other side of the spectrum, we have chanting from the lips of non-devotees, which is just like poison. One can become actually contaminated by hearing topics of Krishna from Mayavadis or Karmis Gyanis like that. So here, of course, the effect is completely transcendental, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is himself the Supreme Personality of Godhead, giving instructions to the disciples of the Buddhist monk that you should chant the holy names of the Lord very loudly near the ear of your spiritual master. So this is the transcendental process that one should hear through the disciplic succession, evam parampara praptam, and and then one can regain his consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, I was listening to some tape, I listen to tapes all the time, and he says that consciousness means Krishna consciousness. Just like you have the sun, the shining of the sun, you don't say shine, you say sunshine. So consciousness, actually, he said that consciousness means Krishna consciousness, because there's no other thing that can, the consciousness is coming here, Krishna consciousness. One has to become to that stage of Krishna consciousness by following this system of parampara, chanting the holy name of the Lord into cyclic succession. Sampradaya vihinaste mantrate nishkala. That which we should also take note that from this verse, that one should follow strictly the system of chanting given into the cyclic succession of the Lord. I think there was also one incident when Srila Prabhupada had, because we were talking about the Buddhists, I think it was on some day of the appearance of Lord Buddha that Srila Prabhupada told the devotees that they should go out and chant very loudly, and they'll benefit all the trees and plants like that. So this is the potency of chanting the holy name. I was also meditating that there was very nice, when we were staying with Gaur Govinda Swami, he was chanting, he used to chant some very nice prayers glorifying the holy name of the Lord. I think they were coming from couple of different bhajans. He was chanting like that, Nam Bolo Nam Chinta Nam Korosar, that Nam Bolo Nam, that you should chant the holy name of the Lord. The holy name is the essence of everything. Nam Chinta, chant the holy name of the Lord, think of the holy name of the Lord. Nam Korosar, this is the essence of all activities. Ananta Krishna Nam Mahima Apar, that the glories of the holy name are so transcendental, so exalted. Jainam say Krishna Bhaja Nishtakari, Namarat Sahite Ache Apanishi Hari, that the holy name of the Lord is non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shura Nitya Mukta Abhinatvan Nama Namino, that the holy name of the Lord is completely transcendental, and it's non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jainam say Krishna Bhaja Nishta Kari. One should chant very firm conviction in this process like that. One should have conviction, just like what kind of conviction this Krishna Das Kaviraj says that what kind of conviction? Shada Shabde Shada Shabde Vishwas Kahe Sudrida Nishchaya. Krishna Bhakti Kaila Sarva Karma. That one should have that conviction. Krishna Bhakti Kaila Sarva Karma Kritahoy. That one should have that conviction that there's nothing else needed to be done. We don't have to go any other place for any kind of instruction or any kind of help in any regard. Simply by executing Krishna consciousness, everything is complete. That simple example is that Srila Prabhupada gave us. So if one has $100, $1 million, if one has $1 million, $100 is automatically included. We don't need anything else from anybody else. That conviction has to be there. Nam say Krishna Bhaja Nishta Kari. One other line was there, I forget right now. But that was, we should understand that Atashri Krishna Namadi Nabhava Drayam Indriya, that these things are not understandable by one's material senses, that the holy name of the Lord, how the potency of the holy name of the Lord acts, This is not a topic of mundane discussion, or one not going to understand with his mundane senses how, no matter how intelligent one is in the material world, he's not able to appreciate the potency of spiritual consciousness or chanting of the holy name of the Lord. One may be very intelligent, so-called intelligent in the material world. Same thing, Edamana Madapuman. He simply becomes intoxicated by this so-called education, and he can't understand. But Sevan Mukehi Jivado Swayam Eva Sparatida. Everything becomes very easily understandable if someone simply chants and takes prasadam, as opposed to the statement of the previous verses that we were not reading about that we read last week about the untouchable food. One has to take Krishna prasadam and chant the holy name of the Lord, and then Swayam Eva Sparatida. Everything becomes revealed. Okay, I think we're going to stop there. Everyone has any comments or questions, somebody can comment. Hare Krishna. Anything? All right.
Question. You mentioned, first of all, nice lecture, thank you. When Srila Prabhupada said the appearance of the Lord Buddha, when was that? You mentioned
when was that?
A small pastime or something.
No, I'm not. Somebody else can help me. Huh? I said it. All right. No, I just seem to remember like that there was, I think, of course, in the early days of the movement, that they told that. I read someplace in one of the biographies of Srila Prabhupada. I don't remember exact details. But the fact is there, that if one follows the instructions of the spiritual master, he can also have the same effect. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Jagai and Madai were delivered by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, but by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, one can deliver thousands of Jagais and Madais. So it should become apparent that by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, one can do such wonderful things as what he took part in the Jarikhanda forest pastime. Shivananda Sain delivered the one dog, no? Yeah, that's my message.
When you were mentioning about the holy name, however, should be heard from the lips of a pure devotee to have the best effect. Otherwise, if it's heard from the lips of a non-devotee, it could have a poisonous effect.
Yes.
So, if someone heard it from a devotee and they repeated it, is it like digital or analog? Does it degrade each copy, or does it stay the same potency? In other words, the person who repeats it, who had heard it from a pure devotee, if he's not up to the standard of pure devotional service, is the holy name still fully potent coming from him?
Well, we cannot. No, we can say that the holy name is not different from Krishna. Krishna is Swarat. He's fully independent. How the holy name manifests is completely by his own will. How he affects one person and doesn't affect another one, that is his own sweet will. That is his pastime. That is my answer. I mean, I don't know if some...
Like Allen Ginsberg, he was chanting Hare Krishna.
Yes.
did he hear it from Prabhupada first, and then after he heard it from Prabhupada, did it change?
According to my knowledge, he went to India and he heard chanting some places here and there. That's my, yes, what? Sorry?
Pushkar, I got the story right. First heard the Hare Krishna mantra from Allen Ginsberg chanting on some college campus before he met Prabhupada. So that's just the.
Well, some.
But I mean, Ginsberg was a friend of Prabhupada.
I know a lot of devotees
Ginsberg was a friend of
heard
Prabhupada.
from Hare. I heard from Cheech and Chong. I mean, Hare Krishna.
I just, in the purport, Prabhupada said when that Buddhist got hit on the head,
Yeah.
and they gave him the holy name, he said they became different persons. They became transformed. Just like us. When we met Prabhupada, we were just in the gutter, you know, hippie slobs or whatever we were doing. And Prabhupada came along and just grabbed us up and took us out of there and said, here, do this, eat this, don't do this. So, and that's the practical mercy of Chaitanya Nitai, is they come, even if you're a Buddhist trying to feed me meat, still, I will liberate you, I will save your disciples, and they will save you. Yeah. I was just listening to the Chaitanya Bhagavat, and Lord Chaitanya would walk down the street, people would become purified. And then they would walk away, and people that saw those people got purified.
Yes.
This is the potency of the Nam.
There's statements about some of the associates of Lord Chaitanya that simply by remembering them or hearing their name, one develops love of God. So such potency.
This is the special Kali Yuga, the one in 1,000 Kali Yugas, where the Lord actually personally comes. Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna comes, and he gives you love. He doesn't give you liberation. Everybody in this Kali Yuga gets Goloka Vrindavan. That's the deal in this very rare Kali Yuga.
Take it. Take it. All right. Anything else? Jai Grantra Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sankirtan.
Yeah, it's great. I found some stuff. And I ended up, I bought it.